Hello, all my beautiful black bean patties. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha Packin. Talking to Connecticut's own Lucy LaDuca.
Hey.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
LaDuca.
Shoe brand.
A shoe brand.
A shoe brand, yes. I love a shoe. It's probably the reason I do drag, honestly.
Understood.
I love shoes. And I'm Italian.
That makes sense. But what about the shoe that you said, you know what? I'm gonna use that as my last name. What kind of a shoe is it?
It's like a dance shoe. It's a heeled dance shoe. They wear them on Broadway. I was in musical theater school at the time when I made it up.
There's the connection.
There it is. And I wanted alliteration. I chose Lucy for Lucille Ball.
Thank you.
The original queen of comedy.
Agreed.
And you know what? It's stuck. It's been around for 87 years now, that name, so.
Yeah, I get that. And now I can't not go, hey, Lucy LaDuca.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of feel that way about it. What part of Connecticut is Lucy LaDuca from?
I am from Ansonia, Connecticut. So no one's ever heard of that.
Right.
It's right outside of New Haven, where Yale is. Everyone knows where that is, so.
Oh, okay. What was your upbringing like in Ansonia, Connecticut?
I had a very good childhood. I love my parents. I love my siblings.
To this day, everything's good with who Lucy is in and out of drag?
Yeah.
Great.
My parents are very supportive. My dad is my absolute biggest fan.
No.
Oh my God. And he's like retired cop. He was a sniper. He's a black belt.
Wow.
Anytime I have like a new look or anything, he goes, send me that.
Stop
And
it!
he's got a whole album on his phone. He goes to the bar and shows his drinking buddies like photos of his drag queen set.
What's your father's name?
Mike.
Mike, you are the dad that every gay kid deserves. Thank you for that, Mike.
He really is.
That is
he's
amazing.
He's the best.
Is it correct that you, I don't know if you are, but you were a construction worker?
I literally poured concrete last week.
Okay, so how does this work for you? Because you are such a creative. Not that that's not creative, I'm sure there's creative aspects of it, but it's also kind of butch.
Yeah, I mean, I work for a company that is just absolutely amazing and incredible, and I started the same year that I started drag. So I've been doing this job for a very long time.
Do they know what you do?
Absolutely, yes.
Do they come and support you?
Yes. My boss is like a second dad. He's a very, very funny guy. He's sort of like Danny DeVito's character in Always Sunny.
I love
Totally
it.
bonkers. I've been able to do that and do drag at night. Never sleep.
How are you gonna navigate this job, this newfound fame and success, staying grounded?
My job is aware that this will be my last season.
Will you stay in Connecticut?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait to see like where the opportunities are. Wait to see which city my dog likes the best. And then I'll decide from there. Yeah.
So how did drag come about then for Lucy in Ansonia, Connecticut?
So I was always an artistic kid. I was always drawing, painting, sculpting, all that kind of stuff. Right out of high school, I started working professionally in musical theater. And I worked at this theater where we did all these kind of kooky characters. So it really went into stage makeup. It just made total sense. And then I was cast in a production of Cinderella.
Was that your first? I was gonna ask you what your first show that you did was.
A kooky, original, like Halloween show.
Got it.
Which totally tracks for me.
Yeah.
So it was, when I was cast in Cinderella, a lot of times they cast men as the stepsisters.
As it was done originally.
Exactly. So they cast one woman, one man. Everyone thought I was the woman.
Hey, not a bad thing.
Yeah. So it just translated really well. And I put on the makeup and I thought, oh, she's good.
Let's talk about these beautiful looks that we've got going on here. This kind of Pan Am Airways.
Yes, it's sort of a begowned version of Britney's toxic flight attendant.
This is absolutely beautiful. Who did this?
Florence DeLee.
Was this your idea to do the Britney?
Yes, I want the idea to come from me. I always draw something that I'm going to wear. And what's amazing about Florence, he's so incredible. I send him the drawing, he goes, okay. He takes it and just does that. I mean, when I put that on at my fitting in his little apartment in New York, I wept.
Oh.
I had never worn something so beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
Yeah.
It is stunning, and so is that piece in the middle. Finale?
Yes, that would have been my final four.
Who made that?
So I don't know the exact origin of who made this because this dress is several decades old.
Really?
Yes. So this was a part of a Vegas show many, many years ago. And there was a drag queen in Connecticut. She had a collection of just all this amazing stuff. So when she passed away, her partner had a huge drag sale. And I saw this and I said, I cannot afford that right now. But I kept in contact with their partner, and the years went by and they called me and said, I really think that you deserve this dress.
No.
Yes, you're a good person and you deserve it. And it like was so, it was just kismet. And it was like right before I got the call to be on Drag Race.
Look at that.
And I was so excited to wear it.
Listen, just because you weren't in the final four doesn't mean that is not going to get worn. And this last piece, who made this?
This was Atelier Fabulous.
But you wore that.
I did wear this.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's, to me, in my head, that's very Lucy LaDuca. It's fun, it's fresh, it's new. It's also structured, and I feel like you're very structured. I know I don't know you, but watching your drag, everything is regimented. Everything has a reason, everything has a plan. And that resonates with the construction, it resonates with everything in your life. I don't know, it just all makes sense to me. You won Snatch Game. You did the most incredible job. I couldn't praise you enough.
Thank you.
How did you get turned on to Joan Rivers?
I don't really know exactly when I first was introduced to Joan. I mean, she was part of pop culture for, I think, about 60 years? 6 decades of staying completely relevant, too. I think as I got a little bit older, it was appropriate for me to like watch her kind of stuff, I just became obsessed with her. And
Never appropriate.
It's not appropriate now. And I mean, I still watch videos of her back when she would guest host the Johnny Carson show. And she's telling jokes that are still so funny today, so many years ago.
So quick, not a blink of an eye.
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of you, Lucy. Are you proud of what you did?
I am outrageously proud.
Yay!
I really, really am. I, of course, am devastated that I didn't make it to the Final Four, and very firmly believe that I deserved to make it that far.
Stand by your conviction.
Thank you. But I am so proud of every single thing that I showed.
I think the Dolly challenge was where it shifted for you.
Yes, absolutely.
As a judge.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
Yeah. And I felt seen after that too, because your critique in particular, I remember, because I was like, oh good, I'm finally like back in this, because I was shocked to be in the bottom for the first week. Once I did that, and you said to me, Lucy, you're a very hard worker, and you take this very seriously. And that meant so much to me. It really meant so much to me, because I was like, finally someone is recognizing that, like, yes, I'm here to have a good time, but I am here. I am in this to win it.
I can see it.
I had my head in the game the entire time I was there.
Yes, you did.
There were times that some other girls were able to get to me.
Did you butt heads with anybody?
Yes, a couple.
Who?
Mistress was very good at getting in people's heads.
Okay.
It's like
Was that her tactic, you think?
1,000,000%.
Okay,
yes.
interesting.
Absolutely. And I think that certain things did start to shift with some of the girls when I was winning a lot back to back. And winning the biggest Snatch Game and winning the reading challenge right after.
And not only winning it, you killed it.
Thank you. I agree.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I know you went home on the makeover challenge. That was so tight. That one was so tight. It was anyone's game.
Yeah.
It really was. And it wasn't bad.
I know.
Your teacher was adorable. You know, there was nothing wrong.
I have to say, I asked someone to grab me a bottle of water, and they came back with a bottle of water, and they gave it to my teacher because they thought that she was me. So that's when I thought, okay, I think I did a really good job in the makeover challenge. Yeah.
That is great. Now listen, top 5 is nothing to sneeze at.
Not at all, and I'm
And
very
killed it.
happy with everything that I did.
Good.
If I were to change one thing,
Tell me.
one tiny little thing, I would have defended myself a bit more on the runway. I, had other contestants say some really messed up things about me in front of you guys. I was so wrapped up in being perfectly presentable in front of the judges. So I didn't want to go off at the mouth, but I wish that I had, because I didn't want to look like a doormat.
No, I understand that. And then we have those dreams where we wake up in the middle of the night and we're so mad at ourselves for not. And I understand that. But you actually looked classier by not.
Thank you so much for saying that. I feel so
Yeah.
much better about it now.
I like
Go on.
being classy.
Yeah.
And I think that was a classier thing to not go, hold on a minute.
Okay,
You
thank
stupid
you.
bitch. You know what I mean? So I think you kept it classy, and that's to be commended.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now go make me a pool, Lucy LaDuca.
Anytime. The shape of New Jersey.
I love it. Hey, let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Adore you. I'll see you out there. Mwah. And thank you for joining me for another episode of Whatcha Packin. I'll see you next time.
Got that fire like
What kind of doggy?
He's a Yorkie Chihuahua.
Oh, so you can bring it everywhere.
Yeah. His name is Rocco, and I missed him terribly when we were filming.
Lucy and Rocco. Oh, hey, everybody, it's Michelle Visage. Do you want Emmy-nominated gay? Well, then subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race on YouTube.